You know you are my very dear brother. And you know I used to tell you this many times, and I'll say it on the air, that people like you, if it was possible, that you should be president of CUC or Pengassan for a longer time. Despite the fact how long you were, because after the likes of people like you left there, there's no real rigor and intellectual rigor and depth in our unionism. You know we have these conversations. But I put it to you with empirical facts that your people at Pengassan didn't tell you the complete truth. Let me read a circular sent out by some of the power companies, an internal message that I stumbled on. Received notification from gas supplier to shut down our thermal plants. Directive from Pengassan. This was yesterday. NGIC has specifically requested GEMCOs to do so. They are ramping up shutdown. Receive NGIC's ATM. ELPS already shut. Only gas left is in the line packed. No incoming since morning. That's national sabotage. The Pengassan you are defending did so. Empirical facts yesterday. And that's why Dr. Abati was correct. I saying in a national sabotage like this, people like this should be called in for police questioning because you had a dispute. So they might not tell you the truth, but they made the orders yesterday. Empirical facts. What's your response to this, my brother?
Now, in the union, we always have this saying, I would want to believe that our rules of engagement will be followed. We have it. We have a code within. We have a code within which I think the president will also follow. And so far, I think he's doing that. But I'm going to give the National Secretariat of Pengassan the benefit of a doubt. Just like I've also given the Dangote Industries benefit of a doubt. And even in the course of the various challenges between NUPENG and the Dangote Industries, I also had to have a conversation with the NUPENG president and also have a conversation with the chairman of Dangote. And at the end of the day, is that people should be able to meet at the table and have a conversation. And there must be a dialogue. Would there be disagreement? There'll be disagreement. And let me also be very clear. It's very difficult. Most management don't want a union. And I also let them know that the union also need to find out why would management not want the union to come in place. The psychology of an average Nigerian worker. As a worker, I didn't join an American company that has a union, but I was also instrumental to having the union in place. What happened is that when you have workers writing letter to a union that they want to belong to, you wonder that something is wrong in that management, either in terms of their welfare. If the welfare is okay, they will not. For me, my case in joining Pengassan was because a management staff in my company was fired. And when the management staff in my company was fired, and it was paid only 2 months, for after more than 6 years of work, salary was fantastic, other welfare was good. And we also decided that, no, this could be us tomorrow. And that was how we wrote letter to Pengassan, and we want to be a member. And I know the hell that some of us then went through before Pengassan was allowed. So the first thing is, the Dangote industry, I also know their fears. Their worries here is that, we want to deal with the union. It's possible. I have $20 billion loan that I have taken. I have a company that I have to build. I have creditors that I need to pay for. So if unions comes and they start talking about strike or shutting down plants, and I ask some of them, how many oil wells in the last 20 years are Pengassan shut? No. Pengassan can threaten that we are going to shut the oil wells. Why Pengassan is doing that is, please, let's talk. So if we are going to look at, you just told me about empirical evidence, and I'm going to tell you now, how many wells since 1999 has Pengassan shut? I've been involved in several strikes. No matter how bloody that strike is, the national interest, we always consider that national interest. And I also believe these guys will consider those national interests. But please, we should also be able to synthesize information coming from both sides and know what is in between.
My dearest brother, I give you facts.
Yes.
From the power plants. They ordered it shut down. I gave you alerts from the power plant. This was not Dangote. This was not Pengassan. I'm saying for those that were in the center of it. they received from NGICC's ATM. ELPS was already short. Only gas left in its line packed. No incoming since morning. So terminal was cut. Production supply was cut. Okay. To jeopardize all of us because of a squabble you had with Dangote.
Okay, Mr. Sele.
No, that was not good enough by Pengassan. And I'm giving you facts, empirical.
Mr. Sele, I don't envy you. You know, you are trying to play a balancing game. You don't want to offend your friend, Aliko Dangote. At the same time, you don't want to be seen to be attacking, your constituency. And so you are trying to balance things. But I'll make it easier for you. The coordinating minister of the economy has called a meeting today. Now, that meeting is to prevent the shutdown of the Nigerian economy that Pengassan is working upon. What will you advise as the way forward? Because before now it was NUPENG. They held 3 meetings. Nothing came out of it. Everybody was involved, Ministry of Labor, DSS, and all of that. Now, what will you advise so that we'll get better results from this meeting that the coordinating minister of the economy has called today to defend the national interest?
Now, the first thing I would advise is, first, that's what they're doing now. Having this meeting, that's number one. Number two is for Pengassan to be allowed to unionize workers in Dangote. Then number three, Dangote's fears also need to be allayed. Because Dangote's fears is just that, it can be held to ransom tomorrow, first by NUPENG and then second by Pengassan. I also allayed their fears that, hey, I don't think Pengassan can condescend to that level of wanting to blackmail or to shut down the refineries. So these are the 3 steps that I think that should be taken. And then at the end of the day, I told you I work for a company. The companies were afraid of strikes and what have you. But we sat down and drew up a plan, a template for conflict resolution. The conflict resolution is that before you go on strike, Dangote and Pengassan can agree that we must have a 21-day notice within the Dangote industries so that they are able to have that conversation, hash it out. I don't want to see that refinery crumbled. No. I want that plant to be there because that refinery is a blessing to this country and it's something we should all be proud of. And so for me, those are the steps that I think should be taken. And then if they take those steps, I think there will be a mutually beneficial end to the problem.